Hey everybody, it's Sarah. I have got another song for you this week called Joshua Fit the Battle of Jericho. Sing along with me. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. You may talk about your men of Gideon, you may brag about your men of Saul, but there's none like good old Joshua at the battle of Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Up to the walls of Jericho they marched with spears in hand. Come blow those ram horns, Joshua said, 'cause the battle is in our hands. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Then the lamb sheep horns began to blow, and the trumpets began to sound. Then Joshua commanded the children to shout, and the walls came tumbling down. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. See you next time.
In Hebrews 11, the heroes of faith continues with the story of a lady named Rahab and the defeat of a city named Jericho. You can find the stories about Rahab and Jericho in the book of Joshua in chapters 2 and 6. Joshua and the people of Israel had come right up to the promised land, and as they were entering in, they were going to have a special place for them to live and worship God. The only problem was there were already people living in the land who did not want them to come in. There was a big city named Jericho, and Jericho needed to be conquered for them to be able to go safely into the promised land. Joshua sent 2 spies to go and see how they could get into Jericho and into the promised land. The 2 spies came to Jericho and were looking around town, trying to get information for Joshua. While they were in town, someone saw them and reported them to the soldiers. The 2 spies were in great danger and had to find a place to hide. A lady named Rahab let them come into her house and hid them so the soldiers would not find them. She told the soldiers that the 2 spies had come to her house, but that they had already left and gone back to Joshua. She told the soldiers to hurry and go after them, because they could probably catch the spies. After the soldiers had gone away, Rahab told the spies that they could come out, and she began to talk to them about their God. She showed great faith in the true God of Israel. You see, Rahab's people were famous for worshiping false gods. Rahab said that she knew that the one true God would help the Israelites defeat Jericho. She had one request. She asked the spies to help her and her family escape when they came back with the army. The 2 spies told her that they would help her. She just needed to put a rope out of her window on the wall, and they would come back and bring her to safety. Well, the day came for battle, and the Lord provided victory for the Israelites at Jericho. God told them to do something that seemed very silly to them at the time. He told them to walk around the city of Jericho for 7 days. And on the 7th day, they were supposed to yell really loudly. Now that doesn't sound like much of a plan, does it? Well, the people had faith in God, and they listened and obeyed. On the 7th day, the people finished walking in circles, and then they yelled with a loud voice, and the walls came down with a crash. God gave them victory. Now they were able to continue on into the promised land. Rahab climbed out the window of her house on the wall, and she was able to go safely into the camp of the Israelites. God spared her and saved her life. Rahab saw that the God of Israel had true power. She believed in him, believed that he was able to save her with his power. You know, the thing about Rahab and her faith is she believed God just from what she heard about him. She had never seen him before this, and never seen his power in person. But she heard about the great things he had done. You know what? God can still save people today, and he does all the time. If you believe in God, he will use his power to save you.